Hello everybody, welcome to the Empressive channel. Amanda Seales calls out The Real for taking her idea, and Tamar Braxton finally breaks her silence after being hit with a restraining order from her ex-boyfriend, David Adefeso. I'm going to break down these two topics in this video, starting with Amanda. Now, Amanda was the former co-host on the talk show called The Real, and she did make an announcement this past summer that she would not be returning to The Real.
My contract is up at The Real and I did not renew it because it doesn't feel good to my soul to be at a place where I cannot speak to my people the way they need to be spoken to, and where the people who are speaking to me in disparaging ways are not being handled.
Amanda did go into further detail on Instagram Live with the comedian Godfrey, and she revealed that she actually had an issue with one of the producers on the show. Now, Amanda has a brand called Smart, Funny, and Black, and The Real took her concept and turned it into a game. And they also assigned this particular producer to oversee the segment. During the filming of this segment, Amanda and this producer had a minor disagreement, and the producer ended up complaining to the higher ups about Amanda. I'm gonna play what Amanda said in this brief video, and shout out to the Neighborhood Talk 2 on Instagram for capturing this video.
But we were playing a Smart, Funny, and Black show, on a game on The Real, and they assigned it to the one white woman producer. But we have 3 black women producers and 1 black guy producer. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, why are you producing this? And she said, oh, because so-and-so assigned it to me. But when I said that to her, I said, do you even know what we're going to be talking about? And she said, no. I just figured you were going to talk about it and I would just write it down. And I said, so am I going to get a producer credit? Because to me, you assign the different segments to people who are going to be able to produce it to the best ability. And it's like, if we were doing a segment on like a Sabbath dinner, she was the one Jewish person on the production staff. She should be in charge of that segment because she has the most expertise on that.
Period.
And I just was like, and so basically she went crying to somebody and said that I attacked her, even though I spoke to her.
I believe that this was one of the reasons why Amanda Seales decided not to return to The Real. She had other different reasons as well. She talked about how the fans of the show kept attacking her, and she also said she just didn't feel comfortable being on the show and not being able to say certain things, especially things concerning black issues, and she decided not to renew her contract and she left the show. Now Amanda is calling out The Real again because apparently The Real was allegedly biting off of her intellectual property. They did a segment called Black Lives Matter University, and if you look at the logo, their logo seems to have a similarity to Amanda's logo for Smart, Funny, and Black. They both kind of use an HBCU, sorority, and fraternity type logo. And Amanda noticed it and she called out The Real. She said, once again, The Real demonstrates its low class and even lower vibration. Just so we're clear, this is an egregious bite of my Smart, Funny, and Black brand in an attempt to bring Black awareness into the programming of The Real. They couldn't find any other way to do this without it being a bite of my creation. Yes, I'm saying this on social media because the continued thievery of Black people's work, even when supported by other Black, Indigenous people of color, needs to be called the F out, and also because it is the most energy I'll give it before going on with my day and creating more dopeness that will inevitably be pilfered by less talented, ethical, ancestrally connected individuals of our species. Happy Monday and vote. Knowing networks, they did this because they knew I would post and it would boost ratings. So that's what Amanda had to say. She feels like the producers purposely copied her creation. And Amanda may have a point. It could be that this trademark and this segment was inspired by Amanda. Even though Amanda is gone, The Real still misses what she brought to the show and how she unapologetically spoke about Black issues. They miss that. So of course, They want to incorporate some of her concepts in the show. And it's no different from when Tamar left the show. When Tamar was on the show, she had 2 segments called Shade No Shade and one called You Tried It. And when she was fired from the show, The Real tried to copy those concepts with another segment called Rate the Shade, but it just didn't go over well because it just seemed like they were trying to capture Tamar's essence without Tamar being there, and it just seemed inorganic. And it's the same thing with Amanda. I think the show is attempting to capture what Amanda brought to the show, even though when she first came on, people had an issue with her speaking about Black issues. And now, since everybody is all woke now, they want to talk about it, but it just seems a little forced coming from the network. But do you think the show intentionally tried to copy Amanda's design, or is Amanda reaching? Tell me what you think about that below. Now, I do want to move on to the last topic and talk about Tamar Braxton, because recently Tamar broke her silence after breaking up with her boyfriend, David Adefeso. Now, Tamar and David had a pretty nasty breakup in the media. There was an altercation that happened that caused David to file a restraining order against Tamar.
I've been a victim of domestic violence, domestic assault. I was attacked. I was driving on high speed, and I was attacked, a blow to my neck, my jugular. And I thought I was gonna crash. But I was driving fast. I had to call my mom. I called my mom, a 50-year-old guy, having to call his mom when he's driving. And my mom started praying. Tamar was in the car. My mom started praying. Only to find out that after the blow, I was being secretly recorded. Something that's illegal and unfair. My car was destroyed. I drive a Rolls Royce, many of you know. Almost $30,000 in damage. The cops are involved. It's a criminal case.
After David told his side of the story, Tamar actually leaked some information to Hollywood Unlocked, saying this in a text. He said he was going to KILL me. We were on the way to treatment. He said we were going to end up in a MS. I can't say the words because YouTube is very sensitive. I only grabbed him after he grabbed me hard. That's his thumbprint. I never hit him. He hit me. I didn't do a police report because I wasn't trying to ruin his business. David just doesn't want to look bad on this WeTV show. He wants everyone to think I'm crazy. He's fame hungry and thirsty. Malika picked me up from treatment and she is a witness. He called the police after we left, and before I left, I tore the camera out of his 2013 Rolls Royce because I know how thirsty he is. All facts, he's a liar. Also, Tamar's ex-husband, Vince Herbert, actually took Tamar's side, and in the court documents that was exclusively revealed by Layla Lynn, shout out to Layla Lynn, in the text it showed Vince going off on David. He said, "We are not friends and we will never be after hearing how you treated Tamar on Sunday. My conversation with you yesterday was respectful and honest, and you never mentioned what you said to her and how you threatened her, then called the police on her as if it wasn't you on the tape that I heard threatening to KILL Logan's mother." So it's obvious that Tamar and Vince were very upset that David went on Instagram Live and basically misled the public into thinking that Tamar was the aggressor, when in actuality, he seemed like he was the aggressor. And this is not the only messiness that went down in Tamar and David's relationship, because according to Hollywood Unlocked, David allegedly had another woman on the side while he was dating Tamar. And after Tamar and David broke up, he moved on with his side chick, allegedly. Now, David was vacationing with some of his employees on a boat, and I think this woman is one of his employees, but sources are also claiming that he was creeping around with this woman since earlier this year. I don't know if it's true or not, but that is what the streets are saying. And this is probably one of the reasons why Tamar and David's relationship hit a rocky patch. Not only that, we can't forget about the whole WeTV situation. When WeTV aired a trailer of Tamar's reality show, Get Your Life, it showed Tamar and David's relationship in an unflattering light, and it also caused some more issues between them, to the point that Tamar attempted to take her life. But thankfully, Tamar is doing better. She's getting treatment, and she's also getting the healing that she desperately needed. And I think it's a good thing that she actually broke up with David, because this is the perfect time for her to be by herself and work on her mental health and heal those wounds that she's been carrying around for years. And this is what she posted recently on Instagram. She said, "God, thank you for saving me. You know my true heart. Despite what the world may think of me, you kept me here for a reason. You are a God of second chances, and the second chance I won't take for granted. The world can often be a dark place, but I must resort to you for my light." Ladies, have you ever felt like you put all your time and love into your children, job, relationship, and family, but often forgot to love yourself? That is where I have been for the past few years. I believe I have to put a lot of time and effort in loving and giving my all to everything else but myself. I have allowed myself to stay in toxic situations, including work environments. I've allowed my talents to be used for the wrong reasons. I have allowed myself to be used in too many angry black girl narratives. I'm not angry at all. I have been battling mental health for some time now, and let me tell y'all, it's not a joke, nor is it a reason for anyone to call you crazy. I am praying for anyone that is on this same battle. I've realized in this time that the only thing I can control is the things I own. I want to personally fight for brown girls to have more ownership and not just be a slave to the industry. Black women are undervalued and unprotected. I'm on a never-ending battle to be the best Tamar Braxton I can be. God has brought me through a lot, so I would like to pass it on to use my voice to help brown women and all women in these similar situations. We had the opportunity to evolve. For now, it's me versus me. So this was Tamar's statement following her breakup with David, and I'm glad that Tamar is working on herself, and I do pray and wish her all the best in her journey. Anyway, tell me what you all think about this video down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you care. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.